Richard Goodall's story begins in a place where nothing about fame seems likely. He was born in 1969 and spent his entire life in Terre Haute, Indiana, a working-class Midwestern town where routines matter more than recognition and where people are often defined by the jobs they keep for decades rather than dreams of global stages. For most of his life, Richard was simply another steady presence in the community. He worked for the Vigo County school system for more than 20 years, primarily as a janitor at West Vigo High School and Chauncey Rose Middle School. His days began early, often before sunrise, and ended long after students had gone home. Hallways, classrooms, gym floors, and quiet corridors were his domain. But within those ordinary spaces, something extraordinary was quietly unfolding. Richard was not trained in music. He did not grow up in a family of performers or attend music academies. His voice developed in isolation, shaped by instinct rather than instruction. He sang while working, humming softly as he cleaned, sometimes breaking into full songs when the school was empty. Students and teachers began to notice that the janitor who pushed a broom down the hallway carried something unusual in his voice. It was not just pitch or tone, but emotion, an authenticity that felt unmanufactured. Over time, he became known not just as the school custodian, but as Matola, the man who sings. Still, Richard never saw himself as anything beyond his job title. Music was not a career path. It was simply something that made the day lighter. Despite the quiet nature of his life, there was a sense of stability and dignity in everything he did. He was punctual, consistent, and deeply respected by colleagues. In a world chasing visibility, Richard lived invisibly yet meaningfully. That foundation, decades of unnoticed sincerity, would later become the emotional anchor that captivated millions when his voice finally reached the world. The janitor who sang through empty hallways. At West Vigo High School, Richard Goodall became part of the building itself. Students grew up seeing him in the same hallways year after year, often hearing him before they saw him. He would sing while cleaning, his voice echoing softly through empty corridors in the early morning or late afternoon. Sometimes it was a classic rock song, sometimes a ballad drifting from the radio he carried on his cart. There was no performance, no audience in the traditional sense, but those who heard him never forgot it. His voice had a raw, emotional clarity that made even simple songs feel significant. Unlike trained performers, Richard did not aim for perfection. Instead, he sang with feeling, allowing each lyric to land naturally. This sincerity became his signature. Students would sometimes pause outside classrooms just to listen. Teachers would smile knowingly when they heard him in the distance. He was not part of the school's formal identity, but he had become part of its emotional atmosphere. People did not talk about his technique. They talked about how his singing made them feel. Outside of music, Richard maintained a simple and private life. He did not seek attention or social recognition. He worked his shifts, went home, and repeated the cycle. Yet, his presence carried quiet consistency. In a world where many chase visibility, he remained grounded in routine. That stability would later contrast sharply with the sudden global attention he would receive. For now, he was simply a man with a broom, a radio, and a voice that belonged more to emotion than ambition. A private life, built on simplicity and support. Richard Goodall's personal life remained largely outside public view for decades. He was known in his community as quiet, respectful, and steady. Unlike many stories of sudden fame, there was no early pursuit of celebrity or entertainment industry ambition. Music existed in his life, but only as a personal companion rather than a professional goal. The most important relationship in his life would later become a turning point, his connection with Angie Vanoven, a woman from his hometown who would eventually become his wife. Their relationship developed naturally through shared community ties rather than glamorous circumstances. Angie saw something in Richard that even he did not fully recognize, a voice capable of reaching far beyond the hallways of a school. She was one of the first people to encourage him to reconsider the idea of performing publicly. Years earlier, in 2009, Richard had attempted a small step toward that world by submitting an audition tape for a talent competition, but he was not selected. That rejection quietly closed the door on any professional hopes he might have had at the time. Angie, however, never viewed that rejection as final. She believed his voice deserved another chance. Still, Richard remained hesitant. For him, Singing was not about recognition or applause. It was about expression, not ambition. This mindset kept him distant from opportunities that might have pushed him into the spotlight earlier. Even as his talent was acknowledged locally, he continued working at the school, maintaining the same rhythm of life he had known for decades. What made Richard's story unique was not just his voice, but his resistance to transforming it into something commercial. His life remained grounded, shaped by routine, responsibility, and humility. That foundation would later become both his strength and his challenge when fame unexpectedly arrived. The viral moment that changed everything. In May 2022, an ordinary school day created an extraordinary turning point. A student at West Vigo High School recorded Richard Goodall singing during a break. The video was short, less than a minute, but it captured something that could not be manufactured. A janitor singing with unexpected emotional depth in an empty hallway. When the clip was uploaded to social media, it began spreading rapidly across platforms like Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. Within days, millions had watched it. Comments poured in from around the world. Viewers were struck not only by Richard's voice but by the contrast between his appearance and his talent. Many described the experience as surprising, even emotional. The idea that such a voice belonged to someone working quietly behind the scenes resonated deeply with audiences. It challenged assumptions about where talent can exist and who gets to be heard. Despite the viral attention, Richard did not immediately step into the entertainment world. He returned to his job, continuing his daily routine as if nothing had changed. But the video had already reached far beyond his hometown. It eventually caught the attention of casting teams for America's Got Talent, who saw in him a compelling combination of authenticity and emotional power. Even then, Richard hesitated. When an invitation to audition arrived in 2024, he initially declined. The idea of performing on a national stage was overwhelming. It was only after encouragement from Angie that he reconsidered. She believed that refusing the opportunity would leave him with regret. Her conviction became the final push that set him on a path toward one of the most defining moments of his life. The first step onto the AGT stage. When Richard Goodall finally agreed to audition for America's Got Talent in 2024, it marked a departure not only from his routine, but from his entire understanding of himself. He had never traveled far outside Indiana, never flown on a plane, and never performed on a professional stage. Arriving in California for the audition was overwhelming in itself. The scale of the production, the lights, the cameras, and the anticipation of a live audience represented an entirely different world from the quiet hallways he knew so well. Backstage at the Pasadena Civic Auditorium, Richard carried no elaborate preparation. There was no stylist, no manager, no polished performance persona. He brought only his voice, his experience, and a quiet sense of uncertainty. Yet beneath that uncertainty was something steady, years of singing without expectation. That authenticity would become his defining advantage. When he stepped onto the stage, the audience did not know what to expect. The judges, including Simon Cowell and Sofia Vergara, watched with cautious curiosity. As Richard began to sing, the atmosphere shifted almost immediately. His voice carried emotional weight, not through technical complexity but through sincerity. It felt lived in, honest, and unforced. By the time he reached the climax of his audition, the room had changed completely. The audience rose to their feet in applause. Heidi Klum pressed the golden buzzer, sending him directly into the next stage of the competition. The moment was not just a victory, it was an acknowledgement that something deeply genuine had broken through the noise of televised performance. For Richard, however, it was not a transformation into a celebrity identity. It was simply the beginning of a new chapter he had never planned to write. Performances that spoke through emotion. As Richard advanced through America's Got Talent, his performances followed a consistent emotional philosophy: simplicity over spectacle. In the quarterfinals, he chose "How Am I Supposed to Live Without You?", focusing not on vocal theatrics but on storytelling. His delivery emphasized sincerity, allowing the lyrics to carry emotional weight without unnecessary embellishment. Judges praised his restraint, noting that his strength lay in honesty rather than technical excess. In the semi-finals, he performed "God Bless the USA", a song already associated with patriotism and collective emotion. Richard's version was slower and more reflective, giving the familiar anthem a personal depth. The audience responded strongly, not because of vocal acrobatics, but because of emotional clarity. He was not trying to impress, he was trying to connect. By the time he reached the finals, Richard had become one of the most recognizable contestants of the season. His final performances included Faithfully and a collaboration with members of Journey for Don't Stop Believin'. The presence of established musicians on stage with him underscored how far he had come from singing alone in school hallways. When he was announced as the winner of America's Got Talent Season 19, the moment felt less like a sudden rise and more like a natural culmination. His victory was not built on spectacle, but on consistency, sincerity, and emotional resonance. The return to the hallways that started it all. After winning America's Got Talent, Richard Goodall did something unexpected. Rather than immediately shifting into a full-time entertainment career, he returned to West Vigo High School. Just days after the finale, he was back in the hallways, performing the same duties he had done for over 20 years. Doors were opened, floors were cleaned, and familiar routines resumed. The community responded with overwhelming admiration. A celebration was organized at the school, bringing together students, teachers, and local residents. The mayor presented Richard with a symbolic honor recognizing his impact on the community. Yet Richard himself remained grounded. He expressed gratitude but avoided lengthy speeches or dramatic statements. For him, returning to the school was not symbolic, it was emotional stability. The environment represented continuity, a reminder of who he was before global attention arrived. Even as media outlets covered his story extensively, he maintained that his identity was not defined by fame. He continued working part-time, staying connected to the place where his voice had first been noticed. This decision puzzled some observers who expected a rapid transition into entertainment industry life. But for Richard, success did not mean abandoning his foundation. It meant expanding his life without erasing its origins: marriage, change, and stability after fame. Shortly before the AGT finale, Richard Goodall married Angie Vanoven in a private ceremony in September 2024. The wedding was intentionally small, held away from media attention, and attended only by close friends and family. The timing reflected their shared desire to keep personal milestones separate from public spectacle. Angie played a significant role in Richard's journey, not as a manager seeking fame, but as a stabilizing presence. She helped him navigate media attention, supported his decisions, and remained focused on preserving balance in his life. Their partnership became a grounding force during a period of rapid change. After the competition, Richard divided his time between Indiana and California. Despite increasing public appearances, he avoided fully immersing himself in the entertainment industry. Instead, he chose a hybrid lifestyle, maintaining ties to his hometown while exploring selective musical opportunities. He also began working with advisors to manage his financial and professional responsibilities. Yet his approach remained cautious and deliberate. He was not pursuing fame for its own sake, but exploring how music could exist alongside a grounded life. This balance reflected his broader philosophy: success should not erase identity. Instead, it should coexist with it. A life that continued without losing its center. Following his AGT win, Richard Goodall continued performing selectively while maintaining a strong connection to his community. He appeared at public events, sang the national anthem at sports venues, and participated in occasional collaborations. However, he consistently avoided overexposure. He also began exploring original music with local musicians, focusing on styles that matched his emotional and vocal identity. These projects were not rushed or heavily commercialized. Instead, they reflected a slow and intentional creative process. Despite growing recognition, Richard maintained a private lifestyle. He did not pursue aggressive media branding or celebrity endorsements. Instead, he prioritized authenticity in every decision. Interviews consistently reflected the same message. He valued connection over fame and sincerity over spectacle. His story began to resonate widely, not just because of his talent, but because of his choices after success. In a culture that often equates achievement with constant visibility, Richard represented an alternative path, one where recognition does not require abandoning ordinary life. His journey became a reminder that visibility and identity do not have to be the same thing. He remained, at his core, the same man who once sang quietly in empty school hallways. A legacy rooted in ordinary moments. Richard Goodall's legacy is not defined by a single performance or a televised victory. It is defined by continuity, the ability to remain himself before, during, and after fame. His story resonates because it challenges the assumption that greatness requires transformation into something unrecognizable. Students who once heard him singing in school now see him as proof that ordinary environments can hold extraordinary potential. His journey has been shared in classrooms, community events, and online platforms as an example of perseverance and humility. Yet Richard himself resists grand labels. He does not describe himself as a star or icon. Instead, he sees music as something personal and ongoing, not something defined by milestones. His influence continues to grow quietly, not through constant media presence, but through the emotional impact of his performances and the authenticity of his choices. In many ways, his story is still unfolding, shaped by the same principles that guided him long before anyone was watching. Conclusion: a voice that never needed permission. Richard Goodall's journey is not a story of transformation into someone new, but of recognition of who he already was. From janitor to national stage winner, his path did not erase his origins, it highlighted them. He did not chase fame, fame found him, and when it did, he did not abandon the life that shaped him. His story resonates because it reflects something rare: consistency in a world that often demands reinvention. He showed that talent does not need to be polished by ambition to be meaningful. It only needs space to be heard. Even after global recognition, he returned to the same hallways, the same routines, and the same values that shaped him from the beginning. That decision defines him more than any trophy or title ever could. Richard Goodall did not change his life to become a performer. He became a performer without changing his life.